Hey everybody, I'm Johan and I'm back with another story. So, there's a lot going on in the world today and a lot of different topics I touched on here, even just today. What I wanted to talk about is what has happened to mankind over the, more than millennia, hundreds of thousands of years. Modern man, this current species of human beings, otherwise known as Homo sapiens, okay, I want to say came on the scene about 20,000 years ago. I'm not exactly sure the number, but you get the gist of it. Before that was Neanderthals, Cro-Magnon, the Denisons, I believe. All these species of human beings have existed, according to scientists, based on discoveries made all around the world. All these human species have existed throughout history. And one thing is for sure, they all disappeared. Each previous species of human being disappeared and a new species took over. Currently, it's us, modern man or woman. I don't want to offend anyone. Homo sapiens. So, what the evidence says is all these previous species of human beings have at some point disappeared and a new species took over. At some point, we won't exist. Modern man, we won't exist. Could it be 100 years from now? I don't know. 10,000 years from now? I'm not sure. I like history. And my observation is a lot of the destruction that came about with the different species of humans had to do with advancements in our way of life, new inventions, new discoveries. We had different ages that had an impact on societies and cultures at the time these ages came into fruition. The Copper Age, the Iron Age, the Bronze Age, the Industrial Age, and now we're in the Technological Age. So, not only, according to scientists, for hundreds of thousands of years, has one human species disappeared and was taken over by another one, but different advancements of the time interrupted, for the good and for the bad, people's ways of life at that time. You could get into the whole thing because out of it came, let's call them companies or people that were able to take advantage of these new advancements, these new technologies. And what was once available to, let's just say for argument's sake, anybody, well, now they were available to a select few who would be more than happy to sell you their products. And it's not just species of human beings who have disappeared and been replaced by another species. And in most cases, scientists have no explanation why certain species disappeared. There's a lot of hypotheses, Volcanoes erupted, and then that smoke went into the atmosphere, and then there was like winter for dozens of years, maybe longer. A meteor or a meteorite hit the planet, or an asteroid that destroyed life. All these different things, okay? It's all hypothesis, okay? But then there were cultures and societies that disappeared. Whole cultures and societies disappeared, namely the Egyptians and the Mayans. And that place known as Atlantis. It seems like with advancements, inventions and products that were introduced to improve people's qualities of life, with these advancements, at some point, it destroyed societies and cultures. You could say then they established governments, and maybe governments went too far. Religions were established. You could say maybe they went too far. But the truth is, previous species of human beings have disappeared. Previous societies and cultures have disappeared. You've heard this, where they talk about, well, at some point these empires have to end. The Roman Empire ended. The British Empire ended. The American Empire, where's that at? And then it doesn't matter if it was a human species. It doesn't matter if it was like a different culture or a different society. At some point, what existed previous to that was, well, you could say taken over, and what existed previous to that disappeared or was changed forever. In this age, the technology age, I remember reading that it advanced more quickly than any previous age. Like I mentioned, Copper Age, Iron Age, Bronze Age, Industrial Age. The technology age just came on the scene and wow, blew up. I said in a video the other week, at some point, common sense inventions and advancements Well, they were taken over or cast aside or looked at as, antique. And inventions and advancements from then on were like for amusement. I mean, how much do you really need in your home to be comfortable? So it didn't end with a stove, it didn't end with running water, it didn't end with electricity, it didn't end with the refrigerator. Now you can walk into your house and tell a device, turn on my lights. I talked about this the other week. Stuff to amuse you. I've also mentioned this, documentaries about life all around the globe. Like in villages. And there are still a lot of people, cultures, societies who do not have the modern amenities that we have. And they're pretty much fine with it. But there are governments and corporations chomping at the bit. Why would you want to go to that well every day and get water when we can give you indoor plumbing? We could dig up the street and run pipes into your house from a source. And after we're done digging up the street, we'll put macadam up and we'll put curbs there and put fences around your house. And we could bring you modern electricity so you don't have to build a fire to make your food. We won't tell you till you're done it's going to cost you in more ways than one, because we want to be paid for this. And that road's going to need to be repaired. And your plumbing might malfunction. Your electricity might malfunction. We may have to shut off your water for one reason or the other. We may have to shut off your electricity if you don't pay the bill. These things. What do you know about plastic surgery? Its origin had a lot to do with helping people that were born with abnormalities or were the victim of an accident or fire. Look at the plastic surgery business today. Because it wasn't enough that we could help people, let's say, live normal. Well, now if you don't like your nose, we could fix it. Now if you don't like your lips, we could fix it. And if you want your ass bigger, we could do that too. And men getting plastic surgery for different reasons when they really don't need it. Remember when I said last week it's out of control? It's out of control, all right. It is out of control. Look at farmers. Farmers are like out of business. There's so much government intrusion, they can't produce products like they used to. In the United States, they're regulated. And what products you produce, well, you have to sell them at this price. You see what I'm talking about? If you remember last year, all around the world, especially in Europe, they were trying to shut farmers down by using certain rules and regulations, you know? I have to laugh about something in a way. I have to laugh about something in a way. No, I do not want some world government saying to me, you will own nothing and be happy. Yet, there are, as I explained from these documentaries I watched, people that basically just have a piece of land that they could farm in a hut. They kind of own nothing and they're happy. For now. When does it end? When does it end? And this is my observation. There's not one government on this planet that doesn't have a beef with another government. There's not one religion on this planet that doesn't have a beef with another religion. Maybe there are exceptions to the rule with the governments. Maybe there are exceptions to the rule with religions. We're right and you're wrong. Based on what? I don't have the answer. Well, I do have the answer, and I've said it in previous videos. Only people who are balanced are going to survive what's coming. You can fight all you want to be better than the other person. They have this car. Now I got to get this car. You wear these clothes. Well, now I have to get these clothes. You have this degree. Well, I'm going to get this degree. I have this job. You don't. You live at this side of town. I live up here. Oh, that has to do with inventions, advancements in technology, these things, right? So the haves are looking down on the have-nots, who really could give a shit about what you're doing with your life. Just leave me alone, type of thing. So I'll just continue to do what I do. Keep balance in my life. Balance. And all I could hope for is when that, let's call it a change, not a catastrophe, when that big change comes, and it's coming, folks, I'll survive it. Will you? I'll catch you in the next video, hopefully. Johan out. Peace.